Hi Art Scholars. So this week we are going to continue with our drawing skills, but we're going to work on drawing in pen. Now we've done a bit of this in lesson, and we're going to try and recap that with some mark making techniques with this drawing task. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to stage an image to draw, because I'm going to work with some pencils, but pencils, because they're so long and thin, they're very hard to just draw one on a page, because either you get, the end is quite interesting, or if you have the rubber, that's interesting too. But I'm going to do a collection. So what I've done here is I've just got 4 pencils, and I've got the 2 rubber ends and I've got the 2 pencil ends, and I'm going to enlarge it again, but I'm going to try and capture kind of this part here in my drawing. I'm going to draw out in pencil, so I've got a guide, and then I'm going to use my black pen and some mark making techniques to show the contrast of the colours and the textures. So I've just drawn everything out. You can see I've gone quite big compared to the last work. I really want to enlarge this and focus on the end. Now I've done the light green, the dark green, the yellow and the orange. Now the orange has been cropped off, but that's okay, it doesn't matter, that happens to you too. So you can see the outlines. I've just got the rubber, the silver end here, I've got the top of the pencil, I've got the curve of where it's been cut on the sharpener, and I'm now just going to add in the key details. I'm going to go for it and just start in black pen. You don't have to start in black pen, you can always draw out some more key lines in pencil and then go over with your black pen. It's completely up to you, because what's great is we can just rub out the pencil lines when we're finished. A little top tip. Whenever you're drawing, you don't always have to draw it the way you see it. So my pencils are still this way. I've turned the page this way because I want to create this silver section of the pencil, and I want to make sure I mirror it on this side so I get a copy, because that's how the metal on the pencil has been shaped. So you can turn your work and work the other way. You can see I've done the outlines here. I'm going to continue with the outlines, and I'm going to add in my marks to finish it off. My outlines done so far. I have to admit they're not perfect. I'm quite liking the effect of the pencils. I think they look good. Some of these lines here on the top of the silver of the pencil have gone a little bit wonky, but that happens. I'm just going to have to embrace it. And I've got my key details here. I'm now going to start to shade and mark to show the different change of colour. Excuse me. The dark green is going to be the darkest. Then I think it will go to light green, and orange will be similar, and then yellow will be very light. The rubber I can keep white because it is a rubber. And I'm going to finish off then adding in a few shadows that I can see around the pencils. Okay, so the pencils are now starting to look different to themselves. I've got my darker green, I've got my lighter green, my yellow, and then, my orange, then my yellow. I'm now going to finish this off with adding in the shading, because there's very slight, I'm going to zoom in a bit, there's very slight black shadows around the pencils. And I'm also just going to make this wood part look darker, because it's wood, not white. And I'm going to make the silver parts look a bit different too, because they are silver. Going to keep the rubbers as they are. I feel like this is finished. I've added in my marks, I've added in a quite quick line for the silver. I have darkened the shadows around. I've added in this line here for the wood of the pencil, and I've kept the rubber white. I could add in a few more marks maybe to the dark green and the light green, just to contrast those slightly. And I also need to rub out some of my pencil lines, but I'm quite happy with this. I'm quite happy that I managed to use the marks. Now, so when you do this as well, please try and use the marks. It will look a bit like a cartoon or an illustration, but that is the style really. That's what we're using. Marks do can look a bit cartoony because it's not full colouring in. So just embrace that style. Focus on just doing one this week. This is taking me a bit of time, so I'm sure it will take you some time too. And if you want to do anything extra, you're more than welcome to do a second. But it's not essential.